All right, we're still working on the geometry semester exam review, page 7 now. Number 32, which postulate theorems or theorems listed can be used to prove lines A is parallel to B? Select all that apply. All right, so we want to prove that these two lines are parallel based on angle relationships. All right, so angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent because they're alternate interior. Angle 1 and angle 2 are not congruent. One's obtuse, one's acute, and they're not alternate interior angles. They're actually adjacent angles. They make up a linear pair, so this is not true. Angles 2 and 3 are alternate interior. Remember, interior angles are in between the parallel lines. Well, 2 isn't inside. It looks like a little tube in here, right? Angle 2 is not in that tube, so this is not true. They're not both interior angles. Angles 1 and 3 are supplementary. 1 and 3 are not supplementary. They're corresponding angles, and they're both the same size. They're obtuse, so that's not true. 1 and 4 are supplementary. 1 and 4. Yes, that is true. 1 and 4 are supplementary angles. 1 is corresponding to 3, and 3 and 4 are supplementary. So if 1 is the same size as 3, and 3 and 4 add up to 180, then 1 and 4 have to add up to 180. So this one's true. And then angles 1 and 3 are corresponding angles. That is true. If we drew a little window around each intersection, 1 and 3 are both in this top left angle window pane. I always want to say top right, whether it's right or not. The top left window pane. So this is true as well. Remember those angle relationships. Number 33, in the drawing below, identify the following. This is not multiple choice. Alternate interior angles. So interior angles are in this tube, and alternate means they're on different sides of the transversal. So 2 and 7, angles 2, 7, or angles 6 and 3, angle 6, angle 3. Okay, alternate exterior angles. They're outside the tube. So 1 and 8, angle 1 and angle 8 would be alternate exterior. 5 and 4 would be alternate exterior angles. Consecutive interior. Remember, interiors in this little tube. Consecutive means they're right next to each other. So 2 and 3. Or 6 and 7. And then lastly, corresponding angles. There's a whole bunch of these, right? If we drew a window pane around each intersection, corresponding angles are in the same position. So top left here is 1. Top left here is angle 3. So angle 1 and angle 3 are corresponding. Top right is angle 5. Top right is angle 7. Angle 5 and angle 7. See if I drew a little like window pane around that guy and a little window pane around this guy. We got 1 and 3. We got 5 and 7. What about 2 and 4? Angle 2 and angle 4. They're both in that bottom left window pane. And 6 and 8. They're both in the bottom right window pane. So they're all corresponding. Okay, number 34. Find the measures of angles A, B, and C if lines P and Q are parallel, right? So A and this angle are supplementary. So A and 42 add up to 180. 180 minus 42 is 138. So angle A has to equal 138. Angles A and C are alternate exterior angles, so they're the same size. So angle C is 138. And then C and B are supplementary angles. They're right next to each other. They make up a linear pair. So B must be the same size as this angle. This angle and B are also corresponding. So B is the same size as 42. Right? There's a bunch of different ways you can figure it out. All right, number 35, find the values of X and Y if lines P and Q are parallel. So here, we can find Y easily because it's supplementary to 93. So 93 plus what equals 180? That would be 87. So Y equals 87. 180 minus 93 equals 87 degrees. That's Y. And if this is 87... actually, I don't even need to know that. I need to know that these two are vertical angles, so they're equal to each other. So 3x minus 12 equals 93. So I'm going to add 12 to both sides. 3x equals 105. Divide by 3, x equals 35. So y is 87, x is 35. And then last question of page 7, number 36, determine whether each statement is true or false based on the diagram below. All right, and it tells us over here that A and B are parallel. So angle 1 and angle 4 are equal. Angles 1 and 4 are corresponding, so yes, they are equal. That is true. B, angles 1 and 3 are equal. 1 and 3, do they look equal? No. 1 is really big, 3 is really small. They make up a linear pair, so they're supplementary, but they're not equal. So that's not true. C, 2 and 4 are the same size. 2 and 4 look the same size, and they are in the tube, so they're interior angles, and they're on different sides of the transversal, so they're alternate interior. All alternate angle relationships are congruent, so this is true. They are equal to each other. D, 3 and 4 are congruent. 3 and 4 are consecutive interior, not alternate interior. So they're actually supplementary when they're next to each other. And you can tell this is a big obtuse angle, and this is a little tiny acute angle. So together they kind of complement each other, right? Complement, that's bad. Complementary angles add up to 90. They're supplementary angles. They add up to 180. So this one is not true. They are not congruent. E, angles 1 and 5 are congruent. 1 and 5 are alternate exterior angles. They're on different sides of the transversal, and they're outside of this little tube-looking thing, right? And all alternate angles are congruent, so that is true. And then F, 4 and 5 are congruent. 4 and 5 are vertical angles. So yes, all bow tie, you know, the little, if we had like a bow tie here and a bow tie here, and we got this little shape right here, vertical angles are always congruent. So that is true.